Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to adjust the keys of different clips that you might find in your library so that they all match up. Firstly, I want to point out that if some of the loops you have found are in a major key and some are in a minor key, that's not going to work. You need to make sure all of your loops are in either all major or all minor. And in this project, I've chosen loops that are all in a minor key. So this is a lo-fi project, and here is what the final project will sound like. Okay, so let's go through what I've got here. I've chosen loops either from the Cymatics Eternity pack or from the Ableton core library. In the first track here, I've got a drum loop. In the second track, I've got a percussion loop. In the third track, I've got a bass. In the fourth track, I've got an electric piano, which I've panned slightly to the left, E piano L. In the right, the fifth track, I've got another electric piano, which is this one's a MIDI track, a MIDI loop. You can tell because it's notes here, whereas the previous one was a waveform. And last one in track 6 here is a vocal, again from the Eternity Cymatics pack. Sorry, the Cymatics Eternity pack. And you can see I've put a bit of reverb and delay on them. So when I play them all together, it doesn't sound so great. I've adjusted a bit of panning, a bit of volume and some effects, but they're all in different keys. So this is what it sounds like when I play them all together. And even though the loops themselves, you can't see the full title, if you wanted to, you could pull them out and see. So there's a 75 BPM drum loop and so on. The drums and percussion don't need to change key, but the bass, well, let's have a look. We could pull it out and see here. It says sustained bass E minor, or you could also click on it, double click on the clip, and it says the name down here, sustained bass E minor, and that's a MIDI loop. The electric piano here, as you can see, Cymatics Eternity, D minor, electric piano, well, C minor, and the vocal is in C sharp minor. So they're all in a minor key, which is positive, but they're all in different minor keys, and that's why it sounds kind of chaotic when I play them all together. So here's how to deal with that. Firstly, we've got to pick a key that's going to be our key. It doesn't really matter that much which key we choose, but I guess what we're sort of aiming for is to have them move the least possible. So it's good to, first of all, pick one of the keys that they're already in, not pick a totally different key unless there's a particular reason to. And secondly, try to pick one that's sort of in the middle. So if we have a look at our piano keyboard or at our circle of notes, well, let's see, we've got E minor, D minor, C minor, and C sharp minor on this one. So D minor seems to be sort of in the middle of those, so I'm going to choose D minor to be my key. That means this one, I'm not going to change. Let's have a look at how to change an audio one. So this one, oh no, that one's MIDI. Here we go. This one is another audio track. This one's in C sharp minor, and if we have a look at our piano keyboard or our circle of notes, we can see that C sharp is 1/2 step or 1 semitone lower than D, which means this audio track needs to be shifted 1/2 step higher. And it's very simple to do that. Simply double click on the clip and make sure it's in warp mode. If it's not already in warp mode, just turn warp mode on. I think when you first load them in, it's possible that it defaults to beats mode. I think you'll find typically for something like this that Complex Pro, well, I find Complex Pro is the best warping algorithm to use for this kind of thing. So I always select Complex Pro, and then it's very simple. You can either, this pitch knob here, the value that it's shifting by is shown right here in this little 0. This 0 is hundredths of a semitone, or what we call cents. But I find sometimes moving knobs like this accurately is hard. So I like to click on the knob once, or click down here once, and just press the up arrow on my keyboard. And you can see it now says +1. So when it's on 0, I double click to reset it. This is what they sound like together. Not quite in tune. But if I make this +1, this vocal, I accidentally took it out of loop mode. I'm going to put it back in loop mode. There we go. It was in C# minor. It should now be in D minor. And now when we play them together, oh, that's a much better match. Here it comes again. So we can hear that this audio loop has now been shifted up 1 semitone, pushing C# minor into D minor. The other two that we're going to move are audio tracks. So this one, E piano R, which sounds like this. As you can see here, it's in C minor, and if you look at our circle of notes or our piano keyboard, you can see that C minor is 2 semitones lower than D minor. So there's 2 ways to do this, or 2 ways that I'm comfortable with anyway. First way, which I'm not as fond of, but I'll show you anyway, click anywhere down there in amongst the notes, Command A will select all the notes, and then if you push the up key on your keyboard twice, it moves every note up 2 semitones. I'll just do that again so you can hear it because it's fun and it sounds a bit chaotic. This time I'll turn that on, and now we hear all the notes go up 1, all the notes go up 2, and now that loop that was in C minor is now in D minor, and here's what these 2 piano loops sound like together. Kind of cool, right? The other way to do it, so I'm just going to put these back where they were by doing Command Z, and now it's back in C minor, the old key it was in, which is not going to work for us. And this is the way that I like to do it. If you go down here to your browser and click on MIDI effects, there's a device called Pitch. And you can either double click on it or drag it into this track, and it's going to adjust all the notes that are played by this instrument by the amount set here. And again, you can either move it with your mouse, or you can click on the knob, and let's see, I'm in C minor, I want to go up 2, so I'll just push +2 on my keyboard. You can see it now says +2, and what this is going to do, even though the notes are still in C minor, the pitch device will push every note that the instrument plays up by 2. So once again, these are now, this clip is now in D minor. If you know that every clip in this track is going to be in the key of C minor and you want them all to be in D minor, then the pitch device is good. If you're going to have a variety of different clips from a different key playing this instrument, then you might want to do each clip individually using the other method where I click down here, Command A to select all the notes and then adjust them manually. So similarly, over here we have a bass that's in E minor. Here it is. And once again, we could either here, I'll just turn it on so we can hear it. Down here, click anywhere down here, then push Command A. It's in E minor, and you can see here the first note is an E. And if I click down twice, now all the notes are in D minor. Or Command Z twice to put it back to E. And once again, get that pitch machine, drag it into there, and this time it has to go down by 2. So I'll just click on that knob and click the down arrow twice. Oh, of course, also you could click there where it says 0 and enter on your keyboard -2, and now this is playing in D minor. And now all the clips should be in the same key, and we have a nice sounding track. if you find yourself in a situation where you've created an arrangement that was hitting the tab key, and you've already got clips or loops on that side of Ableton in the wrong key, then you'll have to do the clips manually do the same thing. Well, sorry, for the pitch, the pitch machine will just control the whole track. But if you have audio clips like this one, then you'll have to do each clip manually. I hope that's helpful.